Hey everyone, and happy New Year's Eve. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name's Amy, and today we're gonna whip up some quick and easy party snacks because there's always a party going on somewhere for New Year's Eve. I mean, we gotta stay up for the ball drop, or the jumbo shrimp, the potato, the pickle, the acorn, the giant cheese, there's even a giant taco. Whatever drop you're staying up to watch, you're probably going to need snacks to keep you going. And what better snacks than the ones you don't have to bake and only take a few minutes to throw together while you're waiting for the champagne? Today, we're going to make 3 quick and easy treats that come together in minutes. We're making some delicious orange snowballs, some easy candied pecans, and one of those classics from the 60s, thank you Betty Crocker, some chow mein noodle cookies. So let's get cooking. Or assembling. We're starting with our orange snowballs. These sweet little balls of orange and pecan take less than 10 minutes to put together. To start, we need 2/3 of a cup of chopped pecans. Now, if you only have pecan halves, just give them a really rough chop, nothing fancy. This is just gonna make things easier on the food processor. But if you already have pre-chopped pecans, you're already ready to go. Now over to our food processor and add in a full 11-ounce box of vanilla wafers. And you can buy these at the store or you can make your own vanilla wafers at home. I'm using store-bought this time since it's all about being quick and easy today. Then add the 2/3 cup of chopped pecans and pulse these up until they're nicely pulverized into crumbs. Now pour in a 1/2 cup of melted butter, and you want it melted but not overly hot. A 1/4 cup of thawed orange juice concentrate, and 1 cup of powdered sugar. Pulse this in the food processor until everything comes together into a consistency sort of like a dough. It should only take about a minute or so, but it'll be sort of dough-like and it'll hold together loosely. Scoop this mixture into roughly 1-inch balls and then roll them around in some more powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar. When each little ball is covered in sugar, this snack is done. One of the quickest and easiest snacks, and the flavor is insane. Orangey with that nutty pecan. It's fabulous. Next, we're whipping up some candied pecans. Candied nuts, they were always kind of bougie to me when I was a kid. That's that kind of stuff that showed up at fancy parties that the grown-ups went to. I always thought they must be chef-level stuff since they were much more elegant than the regular old roasted nuts that were in the pantry all year. But now I know they're really easy and we can whip up a batch of them in like 10 minutes. I started by measuring out some of the more difficult stuff and getting a baking sheet ready since the recipe goes really fast once we get going. Line a baking sheet with parchment paper and just set this to the side for later. Measure out 2 cups of pecan halves, no chopping them up for this, and 6 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, which is a 1/4 cup plus 2 more tablespoons. Next, I'm prepping the optional ingredient, which is 2 teaspoons of orange zest, or about 1 orange's worth. You can leave this out if you aren't a fan of the zest, or if you don't want that citrusy flavor included in your candied pecans. Now over to the stove, and we're gonna need a medium skillet for this one. Add the brown sugar to the pan, add 1½ teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and the 2 teaspoons of orange zest if you're including that part. Add a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 1½ tablespoons of room temperature water. Now you can add a little pinch of cayenne if you want sweet and spicy candied pecans, or a 1/2 teaspoon of fine sea salt if you want sweet and salty pecans. I just want the cinnamon and orange, so this is everything that I need. Heat this over medium to medium-low heat until the brown sugar melts into that water and vanilla and the mixture becomes a glaze. This should only take about a minute or 2, and it's important to stir this very, very often to keep the glaze from scorching. As soon as that glaze starts to bubble, pour in the pecans and just start stirring again. Cook and stir those pecans until they're completely coated in the glaze and they're getting nice and shiny. If you notice that your glaze starts to get a little grainy, add water a teaspoon at a time and stir to get the sugar to melt back down again. When the pecans are smelling nutty and they're shiny and coated with the glaze, and this should only take about 2 to 3 minutes on the stove, move them off the heat and transfer them to the parchment-lined baking sheet we had. Try to smooth them out into a layer and also to separate them as best you can so it's easy to finish them off later. Then sit these to the side to cool and set for about an hour or until the glaze is not sticky and they have a nice candy coating. Now, if the glaze is still a little sticky after they're cool, you can pop them in the oven at 325 for about 5 to 10 minutes if you want to. Mine only had a few spots that didn't fully set, so I didn't worry about it. When they're cool, break them apart into individual pieces, and these are ready to serve. These are like my favorite orange and cinnamon tea, but better. These pack a punch of warm cinnamon flavor, and the orange is the perfect complement. And they're bougie candied pecans. They're just awesome. Last, we're making the chow mein noodle cookies, also known as haystacks, very popular at potlucks and family reunions. They're chocolatey, butterscotchy, and crunchy, which is the best of 3 different worlds, really. And they're ultra simple to make. First, we need another baking sheet lined with parchment paper. And this is only 4 ingredients, and if you use a microwave, this takes about 10 minutes again to put this together. I'm going to measure out the dry stuff ahead of time for this since we need it ready to go when the chocolate and butterscotch are melted. We need 12 ounces of chow mein noodles, which is about 6 cups, and we need 1 cup of peanuts, although the peanuts are optional. Now we need to melt 1 11-ounce bag of butterscotch chips and 1 12-ounce bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips together. I'm taking the long way around and melting everything with a makeshift double boiler. Now to do this, add both chips to a large bowl and place it over a pan about 1/3 to half full of water. Heat this over medium heat until the chips melt and become creamy and glossy. This double boiler does take more time to melt the chips than the microwave, about 20 minutes actually to get everything melted and assembled, but I tend to prefer it to the microwave. If you do use a microwave though, put the chips into a microwave safe bowl and heat them in short bursts of about 30 seconds at most, stirring in between each burst. Be very, very careful though, because a microwave can burn the chocolate really quickly, so stick really close with it. Your chocolate may also become dull or kind of muddy looking in the microwave once it sets, and that's because the microwave usually overheats the chocolate, which causes the cocoa solids and the fat to separate and they get kind of grainy. The double boiler melts the chocolate using the steam from the saucepan below, and it's much more gentle. The chocolate will stay nice and glossy and creamy, it'll keep its texture. So if I have time, I always use the double boiler method, but if I need something melted in like 2 minutes, the microwave does just fine as long as it has a really vigilant babysitter. When the chocolate and butterscotch are melted and creamy, start adding those chow mein noodles in by the handful. Gently fold the noodles into the chocolate butterscotch mixture and try to avoid breaking them as best you can. Just keep folding those noodles in until you've used them all. When the noodles are all fully coated with the chocolate, add the peanuts if you're including them and do the same. Last, drop these with a large spoon onto the lined baking sheet in little haystacks. You'll probably need to use your fingers to get them to stay together in their stacks. They will try to spread sometimes depending on how melted the chocolate still is. When they're all portioned out, which ended up taking 2 baking sheets for me, pop them in the fridge to set for about an hour. When the chocolate's set and it's no longer all melty and sticky, these haystacks are ready to go. So when put all together, this sort of looks like a bowl of brown stuff. So I pulled out my trusty tea steeper ball and then I sprinkled a little powdered sugar on the haystacks to give them just a little more personality, and it's still winter so it fits, right? We're also adding some gold and white sprinkles because you gotta have some gold glimmering in there for New Year. Each one of these is so easy to make, and putting all 3 of these together still took less than an hour, even using the double boiler method to melt the chocolate chips, although it doesn't include setting and chilling time. But if you only have 15 minutes and you can't spare the time for things to set, those orange pecan snowballs are definitely the way to go. They're absolutely decadent. My favorite though was the candied pecans, but I could eat candied nuts all year. The haystacks are nice and crunchy, and the chow mein noodles don't get soggy at all from the melted chocolate and butterscotch, which is perfect. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed these recipes, and maybe leave me a comment below. It really helps out my channel, and I love to read and respond to comments. Please stay tuned on Sundays because I have a new comforting home-cooked recipe to share every week. And next week, we'll be starting all new Wednesday videos. The holidays may be over till next year, but I have some extra special stuff coming up, and we're gonna have so much fun with it. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back here next Wednesday for the beginning of some awesome recipes from the most unlikely sources imaginable. Happy New Year!